Hi everyone, I just wanted to start by saying thank you to you all that gave money to the plea that Sam made the other day. We don't like to do pleas or anything that's asking people for money, you know, we don't expect anything in return for doing our videos, but sometimes when things really hit, you know, when there's a disaster that, you know, real people are suffering from and you can't do anything to help, the fact that we have got 150,000 subscribers, you kind of feel like, you know, maybe I can talk to people, more people than I have as friends anyway. So we don't like to do those sorts of pleas, but we felt like it was really important to do. Right, let's get on to some makeup. Basically, Sam and I have been looking into magazines and realised that 60s makeup's really in fashion and 60s clothes, so I was just going to do a more up-to-date 60s look for you. I put my hair in some rollers. I've just had it cut, so it's a bit shorter than normal, and I've just put it in the O rollers, which you can watch. We've done the video together for the O rollers, so you can have a look at those. I'm just going to pin my fringe back a little bit. Yeah, it's nearly my 30th birthday, so I've had my hair cut ready so that my fringe will grow out nicely for my birthday, September. So, yeah, that's why I've had my hair cut. I have it done at the same place as Sam at Impact, but my lady is called Lisa. Right, let's have, I've already moisturised my skin, so I'm going to start with a little bit of foundation. I think I'm about a 40 in Prolumiere at the moment. A little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm using a MAC 190 brush. I'm going to just pop a tiny bit of concealer. This is Studio Finish Concealer in NW30. I'm just going to pop that through my brow bone because it's slightly red where I pluck my brows. I don't think I'll do the underneath until afterwards. Okay, now I'm going to do mine slightly glossy, my eyes, so it wouldn't last as long. It will slightly crease, but I like that look. It would be what I would use for a photo shoot. However, if you wanted to do it on yourself for a night out, you probably want to use something like Primer Potion. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, or a MAC Paint Pot or something. Use that as the base rather than what I'm going to use. But if you're not worried about it lasting too long, you can use this. I'm going to use Pearl Cream Colour Base. And I'm just going to pop that all over the eye as a base. This also helps the eyeshadows to blend easily. Now, my inspiration for this video is taken from the Gucci campaign. It's very much 90s skin. The girls have got really naturally glowing skin with a very 60s eye. So that's what I'm going for. I have got a Doublewear pencil from Estee Lauder, and this one's in 02 Coffee. What I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to take it right the way through my socket and down. Let me zoom in a bit for you. Actually, I want it slightly thinner at the end, so I'm just going to get a cotton bud and just take away the end of that. Easy as that. Now, I have to say 60s is my favourite makeup. The clothes seem to suit me because I'm not the most petite of women, so they suit me, the 60s clothes, so I love the 60s image. Now, you probably find you've got one eye that's so much easier to do than the other. This eye, easy. This eye doesn't have the same shape, so just persevere with it. So next I'm going to get a 263 brush from MAC, and I'm going to use a little bit of brown down, which is this one here. I'm just going to place it over the line that I've already created with my pencil, just to make that a little bit firmer. And I've just got a Louise Young brush here that I'm just going to run over the top of it with. And then you just keep building with it. Just going to zoom in so you can see that. Now I tend to just with my brush flick it the other way, so all the way along I'm doing it that way, so the angle is going down. When I get to the end I pull the angle the other way. It just means that you don't get quite so much drag. So if you're struggling, give that a try, it might help you a little bit. Next I'm going to take a little bit of liner. I'm going to use the same one, the Coffee Estee Lauder brown, and I'm going to just run it through the lash line of my eye. And a little bit underneath the eye as well. Right, then I'm going to get a tiny bit of black. I'm going to use Carbon from MAC, which we probably all know by now. Really small amount on my 263, this one is, and I'm going to just buff it. Really softly through the eye. Next, I'm going to get black liner, Clinique black liner. And take that right the way along. Also going to be dragged underneath the eye. And I'm going to use my brush that I've already used for the brown just to pull that along under the eye. Just to smudge it a little bit more along. Now the camera keeps changing colour for some reason. If you're seeing that, I apologise. I have to keep stopping and starting because it keeps losing its colour. And I can see it as really grey on the screen. It's really strange. But I'm going to carry on anyway. So the camera obviously thinks it's working in the 60s, so it keeps going black and white. I'm going to next put some mascara on. I have got my Makeup Forever Smokey Lash, which I love. I think if you're going to do a 60s makeup, you can't do it without some lashes. So I've got MAC number 43 lashes. Let me show you those close up. And there you go. I'm going to just whack those on. I thought they were quite 60s-esque. That's why I bought them. So you can see my eyes are a lot glossier. If you were to use a paint pot, which I would probably advise so it will stay put, mine won't last very long because I've used cream. But I've only used cream because I wanted it to be more like the visual from the Gucci campaign. In the Gucci campaign, one of the girls has dark brows, one of the girls has no brows. So I'm going to do dark brows purely because my brows are a little bit too dark anyway to have no brow. I'm going to use brown down again on the brows. I might add it with a little bit of black. That's giving me a nice strong brow. Now just to get the brows the same. My brows are so different. But I think I've worked out why they're different. This end, which I plucked away, used to go really down, so that one was always a lot lower. But I've managed to get rid of it. Sam's birthday at the weekend, and I've booked a table for us for dinner for the family. So I think I'm going to wear 60s makeup. One brow slightly thicker than the other. Let me just amend that. Eyes are done, brows are done, skin. I haven't put any concealer on yet, apart from I used it on my brow bone. I'm going to get a little bit of the same concealer as I used before, NW30 concealer brush, which is a 224 I use for concealer brush. Just a little bit under my eyes. To finish off the skin, I'm going to use, I think I will use Laura Mercier translucent powder with a MAC 150 brush, nice and big. Then, because it's very dewy on the visual again, I'm going to use my Chanel bronzer. And this is the MAC 165, I think. So anywhere that you would normally contour your skin, I do through the cheekbones, through the temples, especially with this Chanel one because it's very creamy. It goes on really nicely. I like through my jawbone. Makes me look a little bit slimmer in the face. Then I'm going to go over it with something a bit more contouring. I've got a tiny bit of taupe on a rope. I have to say tape on a rope because I always get taupe and taupe mixed up. Just to contour a little bit more. So slightly more 60s-esque. I think I'm going to use this one, which is Bourjois, a mineral, and it's a pressed powder, but it's quite peachy. I'm going to use it on the apples of my cheeks. Smells really nice. I'm going to use a tiny bit more Pearl that I used earlier through the cheekbone. You would use something like a mineral powder through here to give a shine if it was for a night out. I'm going to use a little bit of stone around the outside of the lip. Followed by Estee Lauder Crystal Baby, which I love. And then to bring that paleness back, I'm going to go over it with MAC Wildly Lush Plush Glass. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to leave it on, and I've got a little band to put in my hair. But I have to go and work now anyway. I've got to go and do a shoot, so they'll be like, God, makeup artist looks a bit glamorous. Because normally I don't wear any makeup when I shoot with these people. Hope you've enjoyed that. Have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.